morning, everybody. I'm a little late this week, but nonetheless, the pose of the week I'm going to share is called DwiPadaVariations. Dwi is 2, pada feet. Viparita Dandasana simply means inverted staff. So it's 2 feet inverted staff pose, and although it's on the end of a more advanced pose, there's certainly different ways you can practice this. It's a back bending, chest opening, front opening pose. Let me show you the traditional way that we normally start out practicing the pose, and that's using a yoga chair. In a yoga chair, it looks like, you know, your folding chairs, but it doesn't have any back so that you can get through the middle. I put a sticky mat on the chair so that it provides some stickiness so you don't just slide out. So again, I'm going to show you the more traditional way that we do the pose. So that's the most traditional way that we first start to learn the pose. Again, it's used, we use a yoga chair, and you can see I arched out over the chair, coming to the end of the chair, and I put my arms underneath and I stretch my legs straight. Certainly someone could keep their knees bent, or also raise the feet up if it's a little bit too challenging. You also probably noticed that my head was off the chair, or hanging off the chair, which provides some inversion benefits. One can certainly support the head if they needed to too. If you don't have a chair that you can get all the way through, most of you do have dining room chairs. Most of the time you can't go through the chair. So what I'd suggest is using your dining room chair or another chair that you have. You would use it and turn it to the side since you can't go through. So we'll be coming over the chair, using the chair seat so that the top side chair is facing to the side. And you can use either a bolster, if you have a yoga bolster, because you'll need a little more height, or you can stack a bunch of blankets. Now preferably, because I'm showing this because I think most of you probably will have blankets available. I don't know how many people have bolsters available, but you can use that if you have that. The blankets should be cotton or some other stiff material so that when you go to lie down on it, it doesn't just collapse. You know, like the comforters that are pretty cushy, but as soon as you sit on them, they would flatten. So have some firm blankets. I have 4 blankets here, and I'll show you how we'll use this. Now I'm going to start by sitting on the edge of the blankets here near the wall. I'll have my knees bent. And first I'm going to show you where you don't have to have your head hanging. So I'm going to bring my buttocks over the blankets as I lie back and have my head just on the edge. Now you can use this until you get used to this, and then I'd suggest start to come out. Now it's a little bit more challenging to come out than going through the chair. So I come out until my chest is open, and I have my arms on the outsides. And again, the legs can be bent, or you can stretch the legs straight. Now to come out of the pose, I suggest you bend the knees, use your arms to help you come off the blankets a little bit more, and then lift your chest. Okay? So that's how you could use the chair on its side. Now, there's one other way I want to show you. So we're going to go upstairs to my bedroom, and you can use a low bed or even your couch to get the opening of the chest I was talking about. Hello everyone, I'm back, and again I want to show you how you can practice the pose DwiPadaVariations using your bed. Now my bed is a little bit higher, so if you are a little bit higher, I just want to let you know that it's a little more challenging if you go further off to get down and up. So if you have a lower bed, obviously that's going to be a little bit easier to get on and up. But essentially I'm going to show you how you can use a bed, and also we'll go downstairs in a moment to use a couch. So we're opening the chest here. So I'm going to lie down on my bed, and we're using the very edge of the bed here to start to bring our head off. So I suggest starting with your knees bent. Start to take your head off, and you can even stretch the arms out nice and wide. Now, if that's enough for some of you, you can certainly just stay here. It gives you some breadth of your chest, but keep in mind that you want to keep opening, lifting, and spreading the chest with your head back. This does support your neck behind you, but it gives you some opening in the throat also, and allows your head to fall back. So after you've done your legs straight, you can certainly stretch the legs out. Now, for those of you that feel like you're able to handle going a little bit further, I suggest coming off until you're like off the chair, until your chest is more open. You can have your arms out to the side, and you can continue to press your feet down if you feel like that's a little bit more secure for you. Otherwise, you'll stretch your legs out. Now, as I noted, my bed is a lot higher, so it would be a lot more challenging to get down, which is how we'd like to come out of the pose. Now, if you're a little higher bed, what I'd suggest is bending your knees and keeping your chest as open as possible. You're going to scoot yourself carefully back on and roll to the side and come up. Now I'm going to take you downstairs and show you how to do this on the couch. Hi, welcome back. Now I'm in my living room, and I'm going to show you how to do DwiPadaVariations on your couch. And so you're getting to see all parts of my house. So I'm going to use the lower part of the couch here to sit on and then curl over the edge. Okay, so you come into your couch, and you'll come as close to the back as you can, and then you'll turn like you were going to do your legs up the wall. Now you have to kind of scoot in here, so you can start with just your head hanging off like I showed you on your bed. Now you aren't going to be able to stretch your legs straight because obviously your couch isn't flat. So again, you can just have your head off and stretch your arms out. Now those of you that want to continue, you're going to go ahead and slide off. And in this position, again, I come off till my chest is open here on the edge, and I can have my arms to the side, or if it's more comfortable, up on top. Now, if you're able to, again, it's a little bit more challenging, but if you're able to, you can come all the way down until your head touches, for those of you that are more flexible. In fact, those of you that are also able to, you could even bring your arms to the floor and stretch or walk your hands back. Keep drawing the elbows in and stretching your elbows towards the floor here to get a stretch in your shoulders, a stretch in your shoulders. So again, your arms can be in any of these positions. Now, if you're able to, you're going to continue to slide off your couch. So I lift my head slightly, and I just continue to slide until I've come down. Your pants might come down a little bit with you, but just adjust until you're flat and your legs are up on the chair. This is a great pose. This is bent knee, DwiPadaVariations. So it's a great pose to undo and relax from the last pose. When you've done, you'll bend the legs, roll to the side, and come up. I want to show you one other way to use your couch. The way I just showed is requires a little bit more flexibility and to get yourself into this narrow space. You can also use the side edge of your chair or your couch. So in that position, if you have couch cushions or pillows, remove them. You'll come the long way of your couch, keeping the knees bent at first. You're going to have to lift your buttocks in order to curl back. So you're going to lift, let your head hang, and you can come as far back as you want. And when you come out, you simply just slide down. Hi, one last video portion. So I've showed you all the different ways you can practice DwiPadaVariations Dandasana, including with a chair, with some supports on the chair, using your bed or your couch in 2 different ways. So this is a more advanced posture, but you can take the pose in stages and practice to your ability. I just want to mention that this pose is meant to be held for some length. So we recommend anywhere between a minute to 5 minutes if you're able to. So it's not a pose that you quickly go in and out of. It's a pose that you take your time getting into and enjoying and staying in the posture for some breaths. Also, as I showed, you can start with your head slightly out, stay there for a little bit, come out a little further, stay there a little bit, keep coming a little further, stay there for a little bit. So you can also practice the pose in that manner. Last, I want to share with you some of the effects of the pose. So like I mentioned earlier, it is a little bit of a back bending posture, but it really opens up the front of the body. So I'm reading from Yoga, A Gem for Women by Gita Iyengar. And although this book is geared towards women, this pose is beneficial for both men and women. So here she states, the effects. This exhilarating pose keeps one healthy. The chest expansion gives a feeling of happiness and joy. It soothes and relaxes the nerves. It brings emotional stability and brings self-confidence by removing fear complexes. Also, this pose has a magical effect on the mind. When practiced with support, so I was showing with support, whether it's chair, bed, a couch, etc. When practiced with support, they relieve tension, relax the nervous system, and rest the brain. They are advanced in their nature, but once they are mastered, they are a great help in keeping the body supple and active, the mind sharp and alert, the conscious clear and pure. At a physiological level, they broaden the expanse of the chest and improve respiration and circulation. They relieve pain in the sacrum and the coccyx. The spine becomes elastic, firm, and healthy. They remove dullness and laziness and make us more cheerful and courageous. They have a soothing effect on the mind and strengthen one emotionally. So lots of great benefits. I hope you'll join me this week if you're able to for maybe an online class. I'm teaching today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and Saturday morning. So I will be focusing on a little bit more of chest opening, back bending postures, along with some other ones. If not, keep practicing at home. Feel free to try this pose out at your home, and hope to keep hearing from all of you. Stay healthy.